Hi, I'm Jordan Ty, that Rucking guy, and it is day... It's day 20, hopefully. Let me double check. Yes, it's day 20 of the 62-mile Rucking challenge. Good morning, you guys. Alright, I saw UFC 318 last night, Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier. Spoiler alert, Max won, which I was happy for. I mean, I'm a bigger Dustin Poirier fan, but I just wanted Max to have one out of the 3 fights. He at least won one of them, you know. But it was Dustin's retirement fight, and that sucks. But, you know, it is what it is. He had a great career. Alright. So, women are getting tired of men because men treat women like shit. And women treat women like shit because all they're trying to do is have sex. All they're trying to do is have sex because they've been taught to turn off their emotions, except for hungry, happy, and horny. You've been taught to turn off all your emotions because it makes you easier to control. And you think less. You think less, so you don't even know how subservient you're being to a bad cause. Like, I saw this TikTok that was just saying that the reason we're in the situation that we're in is because men are so naturally submissive. And like, men love the idea of serving another man and doing whatever he says. Like, we're in this position because men love to follow orders, you know? But it's like, yeah, dude, we're all getting taken advantage of. Guys, what the hell? And yeah, like a lot of these alpha male entrepreneur bros, it's like, I'm sorry, you want me to work hard to make some other motherfucker rich? Nah, I'm good on that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a massive pussy. But yeah, so men are subservient to other men, and we just want to make them proud and love us. So we uphold this system so that we can make our daddies proud. But this system is abusing us. And us wanting this system's approval is what is hurting us and what's screwing us over. We shouldn't even want to be in the system at all, because 99% of us are going to be exploited by it. And as a man, your hope is that one day you'll become a part of the 1%. And it's like, buddy, if that was going to happen, it would have happened already. If you had $1 million idea, I'm pretty sure you would have done it by now. So just accept that that's never going to be the case, and that for most of us, like, shouldn't we be able to live like a very decent, normal quality of life? And yet we don't fight for it. We just put in more hours and more side gigs and second jobs and crypto pump and dump and fucking, you know, shit like that. And it's like, that's not going to work for most of you. So why are we doing this like it's a fucking option? Like, I know kids that fucking penny trade stocks and shit. And it's like, well, I started at like 8 cents and then it went up to like 12 cents. And, you know, so I sold. So if I just do that 1,000 times over, I'll make like $10. It's like, this game is not meant for us to play. This game is meant for slave-owning billionaires to fuck around with their money that they stole. And this shit is not working for us. And it's literally us men. It's us men. Us straight white men that are like, no. hold on, let's do capitalism for like 100 more years and let's see if I can become a millionaire. It's like, buddy, you're not. And meanwhile, the planet is being destroyed. And like, I don't know, I've said this in a song, but like the planet won't die. The planet's not gonna die. We always say like, the planet's dying, the planet's dying. The planet's not gonna die. The planet is gonna be here for billions of fucking years. We're gonna die. The planet is gonna become so uninhabitable that we're all gonna fucking die off. You know? So maybe stop saying that we're killing the planet. We're killing ourselves. Like, and so some imaginary numbers on a screen can get bigger. You know what I mean? Alright, god damn. Yeah, it's just so stupid of me because money is literally fucking imaginary. So for all these people to be really suffering in real life for some imaginary shit, fucking, it has never rubbed me the right way. But yeah, I think that was my rant of the walk. But yeah, so it's like, dude, guys only want coochie and then they won't even fight for higher wages so that they can get some. Women are just expected to bring their standards lower and lower and lower. Like the bar is already in hell. And instead of men trying to be like, all right, let's, you know, maybe we should fight so that my wage is higher, so that I have more expendable income, so I can actually afford to take a woman out on a date. And it's like, nah, I should just guilt trip women into sleeping with me. Or just be an angry fucking time bomb waiting to go off, you know what I mean? And if somebody doesn't fuck me, I'm gonna shoot up a mall or something, you know? But yeah, how do you capture the hearts and minds of young men and make them want to be like you instead of fucking Joe Rogan and Andrew Tate and whoever the fuck else? Yeah, I thought I heard somebody. Someone told me try to focus on my legs. Like it's a leg exercise, like a squat. It's not helping. Not yet, at least. But yeah, and you know, white people love to sidestep blame. Like, I personally didn't do any of those awful things. And it's like, yeah, but you voted for politicians that ended up legislating or doing those awful things. And then when they did those awful things and you found out about it, you didn't care, you know? Because you knew it only affected black and brown people for real. So you're like, oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And so even if you're not directly responsible, like you physically didn't do it, it's like you still, because you're white and you don't care. You know, it's so funny, white people love to be like, why can't we judge people on the content of their characters instead of on the color of their skin? And it's like, because you won't stop doing that. Like literally, like we can all do that. We love to judge people based on their character. But not white people. White people hate to judge on character. Because if you judged on character, these people, like, there's no way to justify supporting these people. You know? It's like you're a Christian mother or some shit. How do you justify a fucking multi-baby mama, multi-sexual assault allegation, like multiple lawsuit, multiple affairs, multiple wives? Like, how do you look at all that? Multiple instances of being racist, like, etc., etc. How do you look at the content of his character and be like, and that's why I like Trump, you know? And you're like, you think like, man, this person's fucking awful. Why do white people support this person? I thought they were all about character, not the content, or not the color of your skin. And it's like, oh right, he's white. That's why they support him, because he's white, not because of the content of his character at all. It's like, I don't see color. I judge people by the content of their character, and that's why I support Michael Vick. You know, it's like, what? I mean, Michael Vick's black, but you know what I mean. Like, I judge people by the content of their character. That's why I like insert person with terrible character. I just pretend like I'm this unstoppable force, and I'm like, you can't stop me. I'm just gonna put one foot in front of the other. But on the inside, I'm like, please let me go home. Please. The sweat is in my eyes, and I can't see anymore. What the hell? Nobody better get off this goddamn bus. Damn right. Damn right. No, like, I hate that the buses are bad literally on purpose to make the world more car dependent. It's so stupid. So yeah, it's like, it's so dumb. The power to change things is in the hands of young straight white men, and they're too busy fucking glazing capitalism and rich people, like literally glazing your exploiters and being like, I love it when you exploit me for all my fucking surplus labor, daddy. I love it. I want to be like you one day. And it's like, well, you being you is the reason why you'll always be you and not me. Like, you being a worker and working hard is the reason why you'll never be the boss and an exploiter. It's like, yeah, we're normal people. We think, oh yeah, hard work makes money, so I should just work hard and make money. And the capitalist goes, how can I screw everyone over in this situation? And it's like, well, as long as nobody knows better. So as long as the employee doesn't know what the actual cost of doing business is, and the customer doesn't know how little I'm paying this employee, and nobody knows how it's made.
Wait to cross Seminary Drive at Trueland Drive.
Then what the hell's going on? Free Bibles. Get the fuck out of my face with that. It's fucking disgusting. These fucking free Bible ass bitches. Yeah. I got a free Bible for you right here, pal. No. I mean, hey, here's a story for all you fucking Christians out there. So, let's say there's a beautiful Christian family. Mom, dad, son, daughter, dog, cat. They go to church every week. They volunteer at soup kitchens. They donate to charity. Just a perfect Christian family, right? And let's say one day I break in and I drown the cat and I shoot the dog and I tie up the family and I torture them. And when I'm done torturing them, I burn the house down. And when the police get to me, they say, Jordan, why did you do this? Why the hell did you do these terrible things? And I was like, oh, no reason. No reason. The devil made me do it? Yeah, the devil made me do it. You know, would you consider me a moral monster? Would you consider me a horrible person? You probably would. Now, if you've read the Bible, you know the book of Job. Now, if you don't know the book of Job, basically God and Satan are chit-chatting, and Satan's like, you know, they only worship you because their lives are going good. They wouldn't worship you if their lives were going bad. And God was like, all right, bet. And Satan was like, bet. And then God picks Job, and he literally like sends a massive wind to knock down the walls of his house, killing his wife and kids. He like kills off all his livestock. He makes them break out in like painful blisters and sores and shit like that. All this shit. And then you look at Book of Job, chapter 2, verse 3, or chapter 3, verse 2. But either way, towards the end, God is like, hast thou not considered my servant Job, who's perfect in every way, who does this, who does that? And yet, thou hast movest me against him to destroy him without cause. So hey God, why'd you do all these horrible things to Job? Oh, no reason. The devil made me do it. Now, is God a terrible person? Is God a moral monster? All of a sudden you have a lot harder time saying that, even though it's the exact same situation. And so that's what we see with Trump, is that Trump can do anything and say anything, and you're going to find a way to justify it. The same way you do with God. I could do something and you automatically understand that it's bad. Obama could do something, or anybody on the left could do something, and you understand that's wrong. You're like, what about Joe Biden's son's laptop? And it's like, okay, what about Trump and his sons? And literally like doing the same shit but way worse. Like making a fuck ton more money off of your position of power than like Joe Biden's son ever did. And like, hey, if Joe Biden's son did something illegal, fucking arrest his ass. I don't care. But it's like, you're only saying that so that I don't arrest your guy. But it's like, I want both of them arrested. Because I don't know, I'm fucking morally consistent. But yeah, so it's like the rules apply to everyone else, but not to God or Trump. Like, they can both do whatever they want, and their supporters are going to find a way to justify it. I mean, literally, like, I know this is silly. I know there's a lot of other, like, horrible, weird, incestuous, horrible things that God does in the Bible. Like, there's a million examples. But I think a silly one is the time where, like, a group of children were making fun of a bald guy. And so God sent 2 female bears to eat their asses. And they did. They ate 40 children. They all died from making fun of this bald guy. Like, I'm sorry, this is your guy? This is your guy? And again, like, none of that shit makes any sense. It's like, well, Jesus died for your sins. My sins? I wasn't even born yet. Well, no, I mean the sins of all humanity. And it's like, what were the sins of humanity? It's like, aren't you just mad about Adam and Eve? What's going on? But anyway, you forcefully impregnated a teenage virgin for your own selfish gain, so that you could give birth to yourself, so that you can sacrifice yourself to yourself, so that you could forgive your creations and not have to kill us all again like you did with Noah's Ark. He's like, I can't do another flood. What if I just kill one guy? And that one guy being myself. And not really because I rose 3 days later. Ain't that a bitch? Jesus died for your sins. And he rose 3 days later. You know? It's like, dude, you better recognize, man, this guy quit alcohol for you. He was a heavy drinker for 30 years, and he gave that up for you. Wow. Well, he stopped drinking for the weekend, but it was, Memorial Day weekend. It's like, okay, and then he went right back to drinking like that. So he didn't quit drinking for me. He took a light pause for a weekend. Took a nice little vacay. And then, like, what I've never understood too is that, like, obviously it's, the depiction of it is excruciating, right? It's like a whole hours long ordeal. But, like, aren't you God? Aren't you all powerful and shit? Why does anything hurt? literally, you are God. Why does anything hurt you? And it's like, because I'm in physical form. It's like, so? You have the power to heal. What the hell? Hold on. Motherfuckers used to be healed by the grace of God by merely brushing against the cloak this motherfucker was wearing. And yet he can't heal himself from his own wounds. Oh, what the fuck? What is going on? I don't think the writers knew what Jesus' powers were, because what the hell? And then, yeah, like, apparently rose from the dead 3 days later, so didn't even commit to dying for my sins. Because, hey, guess what? When you die, you don't come back, so that don't count. I'm being silly, but no, it's, religion has been used to justify so many horrible things throughout history that I really don't feel bad talking shit about it, It's like, well, my beliefs haven't contributed to the genocide of millions of people, so, I think I have the high ground here. And yeah, just very weird that Christians like to flex moral superiority because they believe in God. It's like, well, if you don't believe in God, where do you get your morals from? My life experiences, like just moving through life, you develop morals. Like, what do you mean? And then yeah, even your morals aren't that hard kept. It's like, oh, well, I'm being a good person because I don't want to be punished for all eternity by my God. It's like, so that's why you're being nice? It's like, yeah, I don't want to go to hell. It's not a very good reason. Just to avoid punishment, that's why you're being a good person? No. I'm a good person because God calls us to be good people and to love one another. You got to be told by somebody else constantly to love other people. That's weird. You got to be reminded on a weekly basis, hey guys, be nice, be kind. Foreigners are not your enemy. Strangers are not your enemy. You should love everyone, because I do. Except for all those people I killed. That's a different story. That was the old me. New me's much nicer. That's crazy. Thank goodness I didn't fucking walk up the other side of the street. having to deal with them, that would have been crazy. Been like, no, hey guys, I'm in the middle of something else. Oh boy. And then yeah, it's like I understand why black people believe in a Christian God or just believe in God in general. I understand it. You know, it's like you come from a lot of trauma and you need something to get through it, you know? But I could never understand it, brother. I'm like, you know, if the slave owner and the slave are worshiping the same God, then whose prayers are getting answered? You know? I mean, it was forced upon them, obviously. But still. Like, why are we holding on to it these days? And then this one African proverb I heard, like, changed my brain chemistry, brother. It was like, when the white man came, we had the land and they had the Bible. They taught us to pray with our eyes closed. And when we opened them, they had the land and we had the Bible. And it's like, right, literally, like religion has been used in the pursuit of colonization. It's like, well, God said we should have this land. It's like, when'd you talk to him? Oh, you know, last night. He told me. He told me America should stretch from coast to coast and don't stop until you do. It's like, okay. And just, yeah, like God has a plan for everyone, yada yada. It's like, okay, what's the plan for a fucking amputee with a disabled daughter who still craps her pants at 8 years old? Like, what's her journey? It's like, well, I took her leg and I made her baby disabled to teach her a lesson about being grateful. It's like, what the fuck? Like, why? Why do people have to suffer immensely just for either you or someone else to learn a lesson? Isn't that fucked? And it's like, well, you wanted a baby so badly, I made sure you had a miscarriage so that you would learn to appreciate the opportunities that you have. It's like, why the fuck would you put me through that? And it's like, just to learn a lesson. Well, that's a dumb, like, then I don't like you. Why would you make me do that just to, like, teach me something, you know? And yeah, so it's like the logic falls apart when you think about people who are suffering. Like, when you think about people who are being blessed, yeah, it's like, man, don't worry, man. God has a plan for everyone, you know? I was living in poverty, but now things are better. And it's like, okay, yeah, God be blessing people, Okay, what about everybody else? What about everybody else in extreme poverty? What about everybody else in the hood who just gets, you know, physical and sexual trauma and fucking other weird poverty problems that arise and never make it out and die to, like, gun violence or some shit? Like, what was the point of that? You know, when you think about children in Gaza, like, what's the point of that? What are the Palestinians supposed to be learning from God by being genocided? You know? And yeah, people say weird shit. I remember I watched this video about a girl saying that her church used to say that God keeps the Philippines poor so that we can help them. And it's like, I'm sure that's what you think. I'm sure it's not just that church. I'm sure in general, white people think that God keeps everyone else down so that white people can help them. Because, you know, we need to civilize the entire world. Even though, quite literally, white people are the most uncivilized motherfuckers on the planet. And you're like, how can you say that? It's like the history of everything we've ever done. You know, and again, like, other groups of people were doing not great shit, you know? Tribes would beef with each other, of course. But, like, hey, remember when we killed all the buffalo? Remember when we slaughtered every single fucking buffalo in the country? Just to be petty. You remember that? It's like the shit we do is diabolical. Damn, brother. I feel like I got through most of it today. My left arm is numb now. I'll tell you that. Please speak to me better. Just how to do. Got all these expectations, but they don't apply to you. I'm not here for it. That felt pretty good. It felt like I was really yapping for a minute there, and I'm almost at the gas station. I feel so empty inside. It's like I want to drink, but I don't. I just don't feel like walking inside. It's about a day's journey. Follow your shot. You want me to just walk out into the desert? Ay, ay. My back has been so tight these days. I feel like it's getting bigger or something, you know, it feels swole. Run me over, please. Please. It's feeling like I'm gonna get a drink. God. All right. I made it. See you guys when I get out. And we're back. And we're back. You just come in, hit the wave, we're back. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? That gnarly surfer. Sorry. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think I wore this shirt on day 10. Maybe it was 9, but 9 or 10. I'm thinking like, oh, 10, 20, 30. We'll see. I think I'll mark it. Today was the first day. It did feel a little easier. So that I can feel good about. What I don't feel good about is my knees. Both my left and my right. Not been having it lately for 20 days in a row. But damn, I mean, we're coming up on 40 miles. 40 miles down. It sucks, man. I can't even see it anymore. Whew. Today, my car's in the shop, so I'm just gonna be doing a bunch of editing today. Nice relaxing day after this. If I don't bite my lips off first. Alright. Another day down. Another one to go. I'm Jordan Ty, that Rucking guy. And this is day 20.